Sookie, that was messed up being fed on like that with Bill and Russell. That had to have been awful. And what was Pam waiting on? Why wouldn't she untie Bill? I mean, I expected her to do it faster, mainly because it's obvious that Eric had a plan, and by not untying Bill, that was messing up the plan. She was so worried about Eric burning up, but Eric has to have something up his sleeve. He cannot burn up. He can't. It's actually a good thing that Eric cut Yvette out of his will, and whoa, she's a cardiologist where she comes from. I'm scared of her. Poor Bill. That colloidal silver looked painful, and I've heard of that before. You're supposed to spray it in your mouth, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot the health benefits, but I do remember coming across information about it before. And you can buy it in liquid form or dissolve these pills or something, but there is a thing called colloidal silver, just like she said, and you can't get it in the health food store. So that was all true. But third grade teacher, hello, what was Bill talking about? That came out of nowhere. What was his job before? I don't know. And like I just said, I hope Pam's planning on untying him soon so he can help Sookie and further Eric's plan to get rid of Russell. Lafayette looks like he's regretting doing V with Jesus. I personally took the mask that he envisioned Jesus wearing as a sign that he is evil. So I don't know, what do you guys think? That's what I took it to mean. Because why would he see him in that? Why wouldn't he see him in something else? I mean, it was clearly like a devil mask. Like, there's something to that, and I think it is foreshadowing that Jesus is nothing but trouble. Whether Jesus knows it or not. Tara, what was that? Are she and Sam gonna regret that? I mean, Sam was drunk, but Tara wasn't drunk, was she? And then something else. I watched Camp Blood Buzz, and one of the guys on there was saying that we're technically only 5 weeks into the True Blood universe. Like, all the stuff that's happened in season 1 and season 2 and now finishing up in season 3 has occurred over 5 weeks. So, I don't know. And she did seem to back off a bit from Andy once she found out the true story of what happened to Egg. I mean, the whole situation was messed up. Everything with Marianne was messed up. And they shouldn't have tried to cover it up. We know why they tried to cover it up, but she seems like taking down 1,000 once she found out the true story. And hopefully she'll be able to talk to Jason. We'll see her talk to Jason and maybe kind of smooth things out with him, or at least absolve him of some of the guilt that he's feeling. Now, as far as Eric goes, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what his plan is. I don't know how this is going to work out. My initial thought was, first of all, it's going to take Russell longer to burn. That's my assumption because he's older. I mean, we don't have any proof that if you're older, it takes you longer to burn, but that was my initial assumption. So then when he handcuffed himself to Russell, I was thinking, well, Eric's going to burn up before he does and turn to mush or dust or whatever's going to happen, and then Russell would technically be free of him and be able to run back inside. Also, I thought, why doesn't he chain Russell to something? So then he's kind of forced to, like, stay in the sun. Personally, I think that the best way to burn a vampire up in the sun is to trap him in something where sunlight can permeate it. Because, let's say you start to deteriorate. What if his wrist starts to deteriorate? Or if he willfully held his hand up to get his wrist to deteriorate, this is just a theory, to the sun to melt the handcuff, and then he could, like, run inside. Like, that's my only thing. Like, usually once you have vampires, it's either, like, full absolute sunlight and they, like, burst into flames immediately, or they're, like, trapped in something or a room and just sunlight just fills the place. Like, there's no hiding place. So, I don't know what's going to happen with that. Well, as far as Jason and Crystal goes, I already ranted about her being part Panther in another review. So this time, I will rant about the V epidemic at the high school. Everybody knows about it. The principal knows about it. His parents know about it. I mean, how come he's the only one that gets to take it, first of all? Secondly, he has like superhuman abilities. This isn't just like a little tweak, a little push, unless they tell him to rein it in while he's actually playing. Like, something's obviously up. And yeah, he says there's no test that you can take to trace the V in your system, but something is clearly up. Who throws a football hard enough that it hurts your hand except the Hulk? I mean, come on. So it's weird. It's like the V is an underground meth epidemic at the high school. And like, okay, this coming up at the end of this season, so is this going to be part of the beginning storyline next season? Is Jason going to be like all undercover and investigate this? Maybe this will actually get him on the force if he like busts open this V, I don't know what you call it, V, I can't say it's an epidemic. Well, he didn't say his parents were taking it, but he said the principal was taking it. And basically everybody knows he's taking it. Kitch, now for the life of me, I cannot remember what his name is. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see where this goes. Sam, whoa. I mean, he doesn't need to take any more trips down memory lane if this is what's going to happen. Every time he does, I mean, that was a good freak out. Don't get me wrong. It was awesome television, but I don't know, him flipping out on the staff and the customers. Then he was taking people's orders. Then he throws everybody else out after going off on Tommy. And did you see the way Tommy changed his little tune once Sam started snapping on him? That was good. That was interesting. I'm glad Arlene and Holly walked out because that was ridiculous. It was completely ridiculous. And I'm sorry, but the less said about him and Tara, the better. I don't know what that was about. And another thing, why they're bringing up all this stuff about Sam's past at the tail end of this season. So is Sam going to have a more prominent role next season? I feel like he is, because they're bringing up a whole lot of drama with Sam. But there's one more episode left. We're not going to resolve this. So maybe Sam will be in the forefront at the beginning of next season. That'll be nice to see. I don't know if all this blood sharing is a good idea. I just feel like Hoyt and Jessica are too inexperienced just in general for that. Yeah, Jessica she's bitten a couple of people before. Well, not before, but since she killed the trucker. She bit that lady in the diner, and who else did she bite? She bit somebody else, right? Anyway, still, I don't feel like she's bit enough people to be able to control herself with biting Hoyt. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad they're back together again, but I'm a little worried. Now, I'm taking what happened with Arlene as a sign that the baby is evil and does want to be born. So, you guys tell me in the comments what you think, because that's what I think what happened meant. Guess what, you guys? First episode of the entire season, no outfit of the episode. And I've watched this episode at least 4 times, and I remember thinking the last time before I did this review, I was like, wait a minute, I didn't pick an outfit, and nothing jumped out at me. I have no suggestions for outfit of the episode, so we're not going to have it this time. So hopefully we'll get like a 4-way tie again for the finale.